line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up.
Introducing RS30 Ultra. The first sim racing wheel and pedals designed by a professional championship racer. Officially licensed by Microsoft, RS30 brings next-level realism to your racing sims. Sense the road. Know your vehicle. And get faster lap times as you tear through the track. Dual helical gear motors give you more torque than traditional gear drive motors, with the same smoothness and quietness of a belt drive motor. Experience a stunning 6 Nm of torque, the most torque per dollar than any other wheel, and fast, accurate feedback with 0 dead zones. Feel every nuance and know exactly when you're understeering, oversteering, or losing traction. Spring-loaded pedals give you responsive throttle modulation and brake progression for absolute control and precision, just like the real thing. 2 additional paddles can be used as clutch and e-brake, or as pedal-free throttle and brakes. A rotation switch lets you easily toggle between simulation racing and arcade-style racing. Even the diameter of the wheel is calibrated to exact race car specifications. And an easy share button lets you save and share your best laps with a simple push. From the metal build to the suede wheel and steel pedals, every detail is dialed to give the entire system a high-end feel. Get better, go faster, win more, and enjoy every second of it. With RS30 Ultra, you'll race like a pro and feel like one too. RS30 Ultra by GTR Simulator. Go fast.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they started their sim racing journey. I started trying to look for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at fegpc.net.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
This one is going to be a classic here, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Southern Country Co. 100 at Iowa Speedway. And we're about to bear witness to some hard race and short track action with the Xfinity Series right here on PTM Racing TV. I am the Crusader Christian Shriver alongside the call tonight here, my good friend Cody McRae. Cody, as we get prepared for tonight's action here, man, we've got a lot going on and a lot at stake here, but man, I'll tell you one thing. These drivers aren't just getting fancy and looked out for just car-wise. They're also getting chromed out and designed up because they've got something on the line here tonight.
Yeah, looking at all these paint schemes tonight, it's going to be a hard pick to see which paint scheme is going to be the best one.
Taking a look at all the schemes right now here. We're taking a look first at the number 42. That failure there in the Emporium machine is outside, of course, whatever the heck Robert Kahn came up with. I really don't even know. That is my face on the car, by the way, if anyone's going to ever ask me.
I just now noticed that.
You just, oh, I'm glad you just now noticed it. Jeffrey Oaks here in his Chevrolet accessories machine here. The Chevrolet Camaro, classic look. And then the DeeDub button box number 90 here, Dennis Warrens. Also a pretty solid looking ride there on that car. Sticking kind of the classic. Of course, Gearhead Coffee in the 84 here. Matthew Hoffert playing out some pretty sweet looking ride there. Nicely a little touch up or two. Then you got the Durotech number 41. That is John Kutenz, as he'll pilot up his Chevrolet as well. Then the 18, that's the Pro Cup Racing Experience. Number 18, that is Mr. Spencer Teal. In the number 8, making his television debut with Petaluma Racing League, Tyler Orrick out of Canada. He'll be bringing out some hard racing with the Renegade Racing. The 27, of course, kind of a Kevin Harvick style scheme on that one. An actual car that this man has driven. Corey Reed, the Reed Construction Chevrolet Camaro 27. Then, of course, you can't go wrong with some man's maintenance. Old Camp Whiskey and that old man beast. William Mann Jr. is number 29. The 87, Kevin Baker, kind of going with more of an old school look. Just put the car out there, put it on the track. Not bad. I mean, can't go wrong with that. Then, of course, you got the Snap-on Tools number 22 here of Brandon Pike in that Ford Mustang. Always good to see it coming back on the track here today. Take a look at the MRM number 76 here. That is Mr. Mike Rideout making his television debut as well here on PTM Racing TV. He'll have quite the work to do there with that ride there, as also the other man's maintenance machine from the White Castle side, William Mann. And then on the rows back on by, we'll see the 52 Tyler Rex as well in his Chevrolet Camaro, piloting up for some serious heat and some serious scheme. Then with the number 3, Jason Henry in his Blackstone style car here. He'll see if he can put up a fight and put on a show, as well as that New Holland Agriculture number 12, Ken Crawford, giving up a little bit of a new look and new scheme with his end. Dustin Sonaker in the big Kmart number 50 Toyota Supra as well. One of the only Toyotas on the track. And around out our field here today with the looks wise, well, I'd say probably one of the crazier looks I've seen all day besides that 8 and a few of the other guys. It's the 5 Southern Country Coach Chantel, the throttle bottle. We've got ourselves a lineup of cars, a lineup of vehicles designed to the best of fitting, and Southern Country Co. tonight will be selecting the best scheme of the bunch and the best scheme out on the track to their liking, which will then win a little prize at the end of this race. We'll tell you the results here after we get done with tonight's action. We are ready to get down to 2.
Pace car dropping down. We're ready to go green flag, boys and girls.
We are indeed here, McRae. Let's get them going. Hot start at the Southern Country Co. 100 is underway. Sometimes I don't even need to talk. I just kind of let the cars just go out there and literally run these things into the ground. Just listen to them. Just listen to them rail on the throttle, man. That's what you want to hear. That is a beautiful sound, to say the least.
Oh yeah, short track racing. You're gonna hear steady sound, loud, everything. It's just wild.
Everything is wild. It's crazy as can be, and it's a beautiful sound to behold. The number 20, Jeffrey Oaks here in the Chevrolet accessories machine, trying to make a move off on Dennis Warrens right now in the DeeDub button box. Number 90 at the 42 at that Failer tries to find a way to, well, take down Robert Kahn, and I'm sorry, guys. Greg, just call the race. I can't look at my car. I can't look at Kahn's car. I'm sorry.
Might have just to make that a winner tonight since it's got your face on it.
I have no comment on that one. I have absolutely no comment on that one. I don't want to comment on it. It's literally every time I look at it, I want to laugh so bad, and I'm trying to be professional as I can on the broadcast here, guys. I know I've had my face and my looks and likes on these cars before, but you can't tell me for 1 minute somebody didn't make that scheme thinking you're going to make the Crusader laugh his tail end off when he gets on the broadcast.
Hey, at least you're out front.
Yeah, I'm out front. They better be putting me out front, Con, because this is my home track, it's my homeland. You better be putting me up on the front end of this. What are you doing, dude? Well, anyway, back to reality. We go right now. Onboard camera here with Jeffrey Oaks as he continues to drive it on down here. Currently 3 spots back from where he was at. Looks like out of the gate here, some of these guys, including Spencer Teal and John Contents here, Cody, they seem to be laying back on the throttle a little bit to save the tires in here.
Yeah, this is a 100-lap race. It's still early. There maybe be some cautions here soon, maybe not. Maybe they're just holding it out for right now.
Well, we do know the stage break is at lap 40, but the cautions-wise, though, I really would not expect it really at all, if at ever, unless these guys get really aggressive on the corners here, because the thing is, this car and this setup and this track, it's just perfect for what I like to call long, hard fight, short track racing. Now, you're probably wondering at home, what the heck did I even just say? Thing is, this is a multi-groove track. This is a multi-groove area and land that these Xfinity cars can use, and as I say that, I just completely jinxed somebody. We got a wreck down here in turn number 2. That's the K&M machine of Tyler Orrick here, unfortunately getting caught up there with Brandon Pike in the 22. Not sure what went wrong there, what had happened there, but we'll have to go to the PTM Instant Replay to find out more about this. Tonight will be presented in part by our good friends over at Lightning Wraps. McRae, looked like they came out of turn number 4 here. Everything looked okay, and then all of a sudden kind of coming into turn number 1. Looks like, there was contact already between Pike and them. I'm not really sure where that started, but Orrick actually got the last bit of that there.
Yeah, it was just a tough break for him, nowhere to go. Just sharp turns. I mean, even if you try to get around the cars like that, you're taking a chance of spinning out too.
Taking a look at it from another angle here. It looked like, yeah, right out turn 1. Trying to get a good angle of this here. And it looked like, whoa. Looked like William Man might have got a little too tight there. Kind of hard to tell from that angle. We'll look one more time here, and then we're going to move on from that here. But it's kind of hard to tell from that angle here. I'm almost presuming, though, that it looked like William Man actually drove up a little bit at the 22. And again, that can happen easily on this track. If you don't break in time, time your spot just correctly, it can be a bit of a hassle. And to me, it looked like both guys were just a bit all over the place there entering in that turn. So I cannot say conclusively we got a definitive driver on that one. That's a bit of a wild card there. We'll have to go to we'll have to let the judges decide that one, and of course the fans will decide it in their own minds there. So a bit of a wild start out of the gate here for the drivers, and a bit of a wild get-go from the battle here, but I mean, hey, that can be something that happens here throughout the race, so we'll just have to see. So right now, as we get everyone settled back down on across the field here, drivers getting settled in once again. we'll bring the drivers in throughout the day here. We're going to see if we got another lap to bring one of them in here. I don't know if we'll have time. The last that little break that we had to see about the replay might kind of cost us a minute to check it out. And it looks like they're going to go back to the green flag here this next time by, so we'll leave them alone for now. But we will bring them in during the stage break, which will be at lap 40. McRae, I know you really have just been on iRacing for not too long here, but I guess there's one thing similarities-wise we can bring in versus what we saw from NASCAR Heat to iRacing is that this track, even on no matter what platform you're on, is extremely difficult to master.
Yeah, it's a whole lot different. I actually got on the track and tested with the Xfinity today just to see how it feels and everything. And the straightaways ain't as bad, but turn-wise, it's a whole different ball game. Like, it's so much different. Like, the lines is not even the same. Like you said earlier, it's a multi-groove track.
The multi-groove track, the bottom works, the top works, and I've seen drivers work the middle, but I will say fastest line, without a doubt, is going to be the bottom with this fixed setup. As we bring them right off of turn number 4 this time on by here, we'll get them reeling them back in. 50% of fuel, all 4 sets of tires, and a whole lot of racing to come with it. Green flag is back on out here in Newton. And to me, it looks like those that are trying to be more careful, more cautious are the ones up front right now, kind of watching themselves, watching their turns, watching their cornering, and setting up each turn, each speed, because they know when they go into certain ends of the turns here, they can get very wobbly and a little bit loosey. And you can see right there, Oaksy just found out the hard way, smack dab right into the wall protection as the 5 Chantel Bottle had to back off to not get right into him there.
Yeah, the Kevin Baker of the 87, he's making a move. He started back in the back in the caution, but he's using that top line, and he's coming through the pack, so you better watch out for him.
He's coming through the pack. He's putting on a little bit of a fight here as he starts to renaissance his way up into the front half. He did tell me earlier today that he feels like this could be his one and only track that he can actually take a handful on and actually master. He says it's one of his favorite tracks to race on as well, so if anything, definitely it can be an equal proving ground here, but if you ask me, the biggest thing is always going to be boiling down to consistency on hitting your marks and hitting your corners and how hard do you run it from the start. Because again, a 100-lap race with a 40-lap stage break, it can definitely play into one's mindset that maybe I should try to drive a little harder sooner rather than later, and things can get a little bit tip-toppy and curvy from there. Coming on deck right now here, drivers continuing to drive on hard, drive on by. Royal Race fans, there is something new I promised you during the last broadcast, and that was we got something new coming your way. So for the first time, you know how we like to crank it up a notch when we play the intro. Well, how about we put some pedal to the metal? No listening to us voices. It's only the hard racing you hear right here and now.
Oh yeah, man. Con's always been fast, even on iRacing plus the PS4 days. He was always up front. And tonight, I mean, it might be his night again. I was gonna pick him, but I was gonna pick Chantal the Throttle Poddle to win the race because she was up there in the PS4 days at Iowa. This is one of her favorite tracks. So I mean, there's still a lot of racing to go. She might be holding back, but hopefully to see her up in the top three. Yeah, going back to Kevin Baker coming up through the field, with Chantel Throttle Poddle on the bottom and him running the top side. He went around her quick, but Chantel has not given up. Just a just a tip on it: the smaller the car, the better it will be. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah, speaking of drivers, I'm looking at Tyler making his debut in the Xfinity Series. He started 8th, but now he's in 16th because he caught up in that wreck. Hopefully he can get on back up there to the 8th or have a top 10, top 5. Yeah, Thad Failer, I had his, when they was qualifying, I had my pick on him, which he had the #1 qualifying position. But on that first start, I mean, Con just jumped ahead on him, and Con ain't let up since. And maybe Tad's holding up. or something. I don't know. I mean, we're about to go to stage break here in a couple laps, so we'll see what he's going to do. Oh, yeah. Talking about Chantel Throttle Puddle, she's made some couple moves here the last couple of laps. I mean, she was riding in 8th, and now she's in the top 5 in the 4th position. Well, she gave me the bump and tag last Monday, so she might do it again. Yeah, when you see her coming, you better go ahead and get out of the way. Yeah, I haven't had no Xfinity wins yet. I've had a couple of Legends and I think a Street Stock win on iRacing, but it wasn't league, but it was official series, so.
Yeah, I hear you. They feel really good at the beginning. The hard part is not doing what you want to go and go pretty fast with them at the beginning, because if you do, you're going to wear them out. But the end of the run, they're a mess. But you get penalized if you push them hard at the beginning of the run, that's for sure. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, not a big fan of cornfields, but I love corn. So tonight, hopefully not plowing the track, and hopefully not plowing the corn. We got a little bit better there at the end. Just trying to figure out where people are gonna run. I feel like I got held up by a couple of cars there in that first run. I got loose behind one of them, kind of burned my tires up. So just trying to pace it out and hopefully make it look good here at the end. Sounds good, man. Appreciate you.
Nah, it wasn't too kind. I gotten into the wall a couple times and had to fix a little bit of damage, so dropped back to about 13th, and we're going to see what we can do and try to capitalize on it, try to move up.
Chris, not working on broadcast.
Usually got about a good 20 laps before the tires start to go away, but it's 40 laps until you're out of fuel.
For sure there. All right, well, Hoffer nevertheless got plenty of time here to play and a lot of stuff to go down. Best luck down there.
Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Hoffer there in the 84 here. As we get everyone six-way back up real quick here to the field. And I do apologize up front. It looks like someone decided to turn my audio off on my end, so...
Yeah, before we go green flag racing again, I seen where Thad Failer went down to the 15th position after that pit stop. I seen him go in and go out before but I don't know what happened, but Thad Failer went all the way down to the 15th position.
I think a little bit of it could have been a little bit of trouble down there with pit road as well as the track itself and how they go down in the lanes here. So I think if anything, this is going to be more of a testament to these drivers really get settled down here or two, as we've been reminded by our drivers and the folks at home that we had to go a little bit of a lap down extra because we had to get my mic fixed up here, but the drivers are ready to get back down the action here. So race fans, Southern Country Co. 100 at Iowa Speedway, ready to field them on back in. At the end of this race, by the way, we will let you know who is the winner of this event when it comes to the best scheme, best paint on the round. We'll see what happens here and what goes down in the race itself and after that. But here we are now, race fans, off of turn number 4. McRae, send the call down.
All right, green flag when we're racing. Robert Connon, 21, gets a good start. Chantel Throttle on the outside. A little bit slow on the restart, but she's going to take that middle line and try to get some speed back up.
That's Warren seems to already be trying to mount a charge on the bottom lane, maybe trying to think early on, trying to get quick ahead and quick ahead of the game here, but the game plans don't exactly work around here. You'll see that car get extremely loose. Just entering into the turn as the 5 El Pato looks like she wants to play her hand out now. You can see Con and her having to battle it up on the top side. Shades of NASCAR heat once again, and these two will not leave each other alone on Iowa. You may be in first show here, folks.
Yeah, my 2 picks of the race, and look who's in the top 2. I think it's going to be side-by-side racing the whole rest of the race.
One shocker here, though. Look at the 87. Kevin Baker, of all things, he is literally on the mounting charge and on the run end here. Where the heck did he come from? Beats me, but he has literally got a whole lot of charge and a whole lot of momentum built his way.
Yeah, I think he put a little bit of go-go juice on that pit stop.
Either he's a go-getter or he ended up finding something that was a little bit less than slicker than can be around here. Or as us Iowans would say, I cannot say on air though, because it'll sound pretty bad, but it's with the C-H-I-T, if you know what I mean. Running down the back straightaway though, now on the 27 of Corey Reed, looking to maybe make a little bit of a mounting fight back at Brandon Pike here in the 22. Snap-on Tools machine trying to take down the Reconstructions 27 as the Chevrolet Accessories 20 of Oaksey being hunted down a little bit. Gets a little tag there, entering in turn 1. But he saves it coming off there. Nicely done on the save. They'll have to go 3 wide in the corner though. That's the old contact sport, folks, in short track racing. They'll get you when you least expect it. Tyler Ork right now looked like he might be finally getting a little bit of that grip back out on that 8 machine. He had a lot of problems earlier on, but seems to be getting into his comfort zone now, understanding how these drivers work as we continue to either go 3 wide or we're going side by side into each of these corners.
Yeah, I've been watching the 52. He's getting a little bit loose coming out of turn 4, I think it was, on that last lap. I hope he ain't overdriving it trying to get back up to the front, because there's still a lot of laps left, and when you start sliding and moving around and trying to move up.
Well, Gutech just about made him question that a little bit. Talk about having to literally get out of that chart and get off the throttle quickly. Tyler Rex nearly getting into it there with John Gutech here, the Goose. About just did him a little bit foul there because he almost got sent to the shadow round, but he was able to keep it under control, keep himself in play. Definitely a good run though from everybody out here.
The 80, let's see. Yeah, the 87 of Kevin Baker just done a little wall tap. He might have used his car a little bit too much and losing them grip on the tires as they're sliding around just a little bit more.
The one thing we've always said here on this short tracks and on this track lineup is you can never overdrive the corners. You can never overdrive the track. The track itself will get you eventually. And right now I'm seeing the A7 losing a lot of time just from simply overdriving the corners. He's lifting up way too high. He's getting tight. That rear end is starting to still slide out a little bit, but his front end is just tightening so bad it's going right to the right side. If he's not careful, this can happen. Willie Mann Jr. getting a tag, but a nice save by the 29. But unfortunately for him and Baker, Corey Reed now will literally mount the charge up. Talk about literally things just changing on a dime and changing in a heartbeat. Again, I know this is a short track, and I know there's going to be bumpers and fenders put together, but I didn't think we were towing Los Angeles Coliseum style tonight with these guys. Hey, Greg, I got to believe you probably watched a little bit of that Coliseum race here earlier as well. Just finding out now, I think it sounds like Joey Logano actually has won that, so congratulations to him, but I mean, that really, to me, is kind of the emphasis of what I think really we need to bring back to the sport is that short track racing. And I still hope one day Iowa Speedway can get that little love that it deserves, in my opinion.
Yeah, the short track racing to me is the best thing. I mean, I love Mile and a Half and Daytona and Talladega and stuff like that, but the real fun is on the short tracks. And a lot of people around their area is going to their home tracks, and it's all short track racing.
It's all short track racing. It's what we grew up with in our local towns, our local places. We never had the big tracks. We never had any of that crazy out of control racing backgrounds. We only had just small towns like these. Or Newton, Iowa, you had small towns. down across the landscapes and across the states in as far as way of Canada, Newfoundland, Mexico. You had it all across North America, and of course Europe, having their own fair share of tracks to go watch races on, whether it be road coursing or even ovals. There was always something to look forward to, and right now we're looking forward as we continue on with this one. But the rattlesnake Robert Kahn apparently sees way too much forward, or he's literally just getting a good look at my my hairline there on the hood, front of that hood.
Yeah, it looks like I can see your hair moving just a little bit with all that speed he's got.
I'm not going to show myself on camera because I don't need to, but I mean, I will promise you right now, my hair looks absolutely nothing like that right now.
Maybe we can be like NASCAR one day and have a booth and have cameras on us in the near future.
I'm going to have to count my chicken silly hats on that one, to be honest with you. The last thing I need is people to be seeing my mug around here anyway. So, back to the action. Tyler Orrick right now in the 8 here, getting a little bit of a fight here from Spencer Teal. Battle of the Americans with the Canadians here. Orrick trying to see if maybe he can mount the charge back up at the 22 of Brandon Pike as Matthew Hofford. He continues to really, in my opinion, struggle the most out of all the drivers that I would think would not have been phased by the track of Iowa Speedway, because I've raced him here before. And he and I have made magic here before as well. We fought some pretty good races in those trucks. You can even see right now with Spencer Teal, like how hard he's driving on the outside, but you can see how much he backs down to just get lowered back up. Again, that's kind of that diamond-shaped configuration you can do when you run Iowa. Most of the time, you're trying to blend it in on that yellow line, or you're trying to blend it around the turns, but you can still actually back off, just send it down low quickly and get a huge runoff. That's one of the unique things about this track that really I just wish more people could really experience and really see too, because it really does make a huge difference on how hard the racing can be here. Well, we tried it once, and I'll try it again here, race fans. Let's do another little roundabout. Let's get the speakers tuned up. Let's let the cars blast away. It's time to put some pedal to the metal. Crank it up a little here, my friends. Just a thing of absolute sheer beauty here, and that's one thing we just love to hear, is just the sound of these cars roaring to life, and these guys and gals really putting all they've got on the full throttle kilometers and everything. You just see what goes down and what brings out on these big bad boys. 670 horsepowers on these Xfinity cars. It, to me, truly are the defining trait of what NASCAR was back in 2021, if you don't consider in the mayhem that was involving the championship rundown up to for the Cup Series, I would say there, McRae.
Oh yeah, with the Xfinity having that much horsepower gaining throughout the years, as we see kind of just get a little bit loose right there. But yeah, they come up a long way with the next gen in NASCAR now. With a little bit more horsepower in it, we'll see how it's done.
Well, people can forget that the actual package deal that the next gen Cup cars has is now exactly what the Xfinity cars has in their run-up and their lineup. So what that really boils down to, and what that means for the future, is that the racing we had from Xfinity can be transferred over to the Cup division. But the thing with the Cup division is they're going to have to learn an entirely brand new set of cars and pretty much a field that I cannot even explain myself. It's just a completely different ideological feel, and I can't explain it. To me, you really have to be smoother with a car, but I still feel like in a way it's underdeveloped.
Yeah, it's still going to take a little bit of time getting used to the next gen and all that. I mean, maybe within 5 years they'll have a different car come out and they'll have to learn it all over again.
I'd say it wouldn't be more than 5 years. I think we're looking maybe like 8 to 10 years with what this car represents. That's kind of my philosophy on it. It's going to be the car that stages everything and gives everyone a fair shake and a fair chance to really try something new and try something different. As everyone continues to battle it out, the Rattlesnake still is your race leader. As Corey Reed in the 27 getting taken off by Thad Failer. Thad looks like he might be performing that little strategy I talked about earlier, which is waiting it out till literally it's time to go, and then when it's time to go, just let it hit the throttle and get full on giver to sender.
Yeah, with right around 25 to go, he's going to have to start making some moves because Robert Kahn, he's getting on out there.
He's getting on out there, but here's something to know. There's one thing I mentioned earlier, and maybe you guys might have missed it, but I said there was 50% fuel in these cars. Keep this in mind. On a full lap run with that fuel, you get about 55 laps in total before you got to go into pit road. When they went into pit road, they were at probably about 46 laps to go before 46 laps in before it was time to get back to the racing. So now this boils down to if they drove too hard, did they use up any of that fuel line down there and burn up themselves more than anything? That's the kind of the scary part, because you don't know if they're maybe one lap fuel short or if they'll have enough. In my opinion, they'll have enough. Most of them, that is. Kahn, with how hard he's racing right now, it's kind of a stretch. He's really going to be pushing this thing, considering he's already 4.5. He's already 4 seconds ahead of Chantel Throttle Bottle.
Maybe he's thinking there'll be a late caution come out and have caution pit stops. I don't know, but he might need to back it down. Like you said, it's going to be a tight fuel run for him.
I think it's going to be more than just a tight fuel run. I think it's going to be literally the same situation he ran into back in Kentucky, where he got duped out by Jeffrey Oaks on the last corner. Fuel line goes, and he ran out of fuel. And ever since then, I think the biggest thing for him has been he's always struggled to kind of figure out where to go from there. Thad Failer, Corey Reed have headed into pit road. Brandon Pike, as well as Jeffrey Oaks, have all headed in. Just Jason Henry, Tyler Rex, they're all going. So now this is exactly what I was talking about, is that fuel line. Do they have enough fuel? I think we just got our question answered there, my friend.
With the pit strategy, what would you go with? Gas and go, or gas and go with 2 tires, or
gas and go on the right side, without question. Gas and go on the right side. That was exactly when I had raced here. I had a couple of guys that were going full 4. I only went gas and right side tires, and I managed to make it on about 20 laps to go. I made that work pretty much right to the end. A late caution gave me a huge break, and when it was 1 green-white checkered left to go, I just full on center, and I managed to hold off by literally about a car length. It's actually pretty much my Twitter. It's my little Twitter handle there, my picture on my little on my thumbnail there. So that's just me for you.
Yeah, Robert Kahn, he's coming out of the pits right now, so maybe he was a little bit short. I hope it didn't mess him up right there. So
I mean, if it did, then it could definitely come back to haunt him a little bit. Going into pit road here too, if you guys couldn't tell, I mean, pit road here is a little bit of a weird angle here, because you got a bit of a turnaround there you got to deal with. And you kind of got to around here. Speaking of go around, Corey Reed, the 27, goes around himself in pit road. He over accelerates off pit road's exit, and that cost him precious time, and that may have just cost him the entire race.
Tough break for the 27.
Jason Henry all over the place too. Literally, guys are literally having to work from scratch. They forgot when you're on a cold set tires, you got to be careful down there. You cannot overdrive the corners, and Henry overdrives the corners. Now Reed looking to try to get that back from him if he can. That'll be a hot ticket battle there from those two right now, as Chantel Otto really, really waiting this one out. She's gonna go. She's gonna try and go as long as she can before she has to go in.
Maybe that backing down off of Khan on that restart. I mean, I know they raced hard for a couple laps, but she backed off pretty quick. So maybe she had enough fuel to go through.
It could very well be there, McRae, but I mean, the biggest thing I worry and I'm concerned about is it going to actually get her to the finish? With only about 3 or 4 laps to go, I mean, it is a short track after all. Sooner or later, someone can just really pile up the speed and momentum, get around you, and if you got to then get into pit road, then your race is pretty much donezo, and you may have cost yourself more than just a win. You may have cost yourself precious points to survive out in this extremely tough to master season championship stakes. Leaders are going to be kind of in trouble here, McRae. They are getting stuck between lap traffic and trying to get through the field, and as well as guys just looking to try to muscle around here.
Yeah, with 13 to go, it's going to be close.
It's going to be real close, but the last thing that anyone wants to see is that caution flag flying out. The 90 of Dennis Warrens, I don't know how the heck he's keeping a cool head about this, because he's dealing with lap track in front of him, getting crossed him over, while the 29 of the Man Beast, Willie Man Jr., still, and I mean still, searching for his first win on PTM Racing TV. He's tried for 2 long years, really, to get it, and it really may have been only a year and a half, actually, since we started broadcasting, but it sure feels like 2 years with him.
Yeah, I see Chantel's slowing down a little bit. I don't know if she's trying to conserve that fuel or she's just holding back a little bit.
I think she's holding back with the tires, and I think she's holding back a little bit of that fuel because she's still getting a pretty good run on Dennis Warrens here. It looks like, though, the fuel is starting to go. I think she's going to pit road. She has to call it. She's going to pit road. She's going in now. Dennis Warrens and William Mann Jr. will stay out. They're risking a lot here. Willie McDaniel, good to have you on board, sir. We're doing pretty good over here. McRae, how you been doing, man? This is those moments that leave you on the edge of your seat. Which one will go in? Which one will take out? We've seen it at Dover. We've seen it at Auto Club. We've seen it at Atlanta. We've seen it here at Iowa plenty of times before. And the Man Beast, William Mann Jr., will stay out. He's going to go a full distance, but does he have enough? He's got 10 laps he must figure out. The last time he tried this, it was at Kansas Speedway. He fell short by 1 corner. If he can do it this time, it will work in his favor. But Dustin Sonaker, we forgot all about him. The KMR boy himself in the 50 Toyota Supra is literally doing the exact same strategy. He's 9 seconds back on the Man Beast here. I'm speechless right now here, McRae. I don't know what's gonna go down. Although we do know one thing's going down. The 29 is heading to pit road. He ran out of fuel. He can't go anymore.
Let's just hope he can make it to his pit stall.
Let's hope so indeed. Oh, the Goose nearly getting to Sonaker. Sonaker, though, will hold on to the lead. He's got 8 laps to go. He's going to try it. He's going to really go for it, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen Kmart in a while. I mean, I know they've been shut down, but he's been showing out for them tonight with that 50 car as he's coming down pit lane right now.
He is going down to pit road now. This is a big, big moment. The rattlesnake Robert Kahn is literally a good distance and a half away from the field here. It appears that his strategy worked out perfectly and it lasted long enough. All he has to do now is just finish this race out. That failure, though, is trying to give everything he can at him and get right back up there with him. Jeffrey Oaks, same as can be. He's doing much of the same.
Yeah, if I was Con, I'd put it on cruise control and sit back a little bit and just let it ride on out.
Just ride it on out, let the car do its own thing. Really, everything was, for that last 10 laps, we thought we're going to be an absolute shootout or a haymaker. See which one was going to be able to outplay the other. And it appears everybody outplayed themselves, and Con just kind of drifted apart and drifted away from it. Didn't even bother what was going to go down there. Well, we're not quite done with the battles yet, though, because Pike Teal have got a little number 5 rolling on him, and I'm pretty sure the way she's driving, she took some tires on that thing.
Yeah, she's running 6 right now. Maybe going to the 5th spot with 5 to go. It's gonna be tough to get it back up there to the top 3.
Dustin Sonaker, unfortunately, going to have to deal with being put a lap down. He's not going to have enough time to get back in this. Pike drifting up, then back down low. Maybe trying to do a clean block on the 5, but the 5 don't play games like that. She just completely obliterates the 22's run and just crosses him over off turn number 4. That failure in Jeffrey Oaks, though, they're in a bit of a war as well here. It's a war of words and a war of cars. Second place up for grabs. I mean, McRae, this is unbelievable, my friend. I cannot believe how hard this race has gone, how quick and clean it's been, and it's been a fight, it's been a war, but this is exactly what we wanted to see.
Oh yeah, I figured there'd be a little bit more cautions and stuff, but I mean, it's been a good race, clean, lot of fighting. I mean, action-packed racing. It's been a good night.
It's been a great night, and with 2 laps to go, the night is almost done and up. The field continue to work their way on down. Race fans, as we come off a turn number 3 and 4. You know, I said earlier, McRae, I got my one and only win here at Xfinity. I think I might have to get 2 now if you count my face on that car.
Maybe we can message iRacing and see if they can review the video and get you an extra win.
I'm going to highly doubt that. Off a white flag is out, and off a turn 3, down in turn number 4. Wait a minute. Did he lose gas? Did he lose fuel? Yeah, he literally is going to put that thing to the line here. He's going to be one lucky dog. He literally ran out of fuel off turn number 4, but he was so far ahead of Oaksy and Failer, he gets away with this one. Unbelievable.
Whew. I think he may need to add another half gallon to that just to be safe, but whoo, just that little bit can change the whole race.
It did indeed, unless Con was just coasting around there. I don't even know, honestly. He's kind of hard to figure out. We'll see what he can do on these burnouts here, if he actually did use it all up or not. No, he did not. He's gonna get it done. There it is. There's the burnouts. There's the victory. The Rattlesnake claims another in the Xfinity.
Like he was playing mind games with us a little bit, trying to throw us off.
He's played mind games enough already with me having my face on that car. What are you talking about? Well, Mom, there you go. I won in Iowa. Now you finally get to see it. Southern Country Co. 100 winner.
I'm ready for this interview.
I think I might have to have you interview. Well, real quick though, before we get into the gist of things here, we get into the work of stuff here. We're going to take a look and see what all goes down here. We're going to actually lay down something here in just a minute. Let's take a look at the race results. Presented in part by Grid Finder tonight. Here is your race results now on the show. Robert Kahn, your race winner. Jeffrey Oaks, second. Third, Thad Failer. Fourth, Chantel Bottle. Fifth, to Dennis Warren. Sixth, to Spencer Teal. Seventh, to Brandon Pike. Eighth, to John Contents. Ninth, to William Mann Jr. 10th, going to Matthew Hoffert. Rounds out the top 10 in this field. 19th will be William Mann Sr. in the running end. And we're going to go ahead now and announce the paint winner tonight. The winner of the scheme from the show here, as I've now been told by Southern Country Co. Ladies and gentlemen, it will be this one right here. Chantel Bottles, number 5. Southern Country Co.'s car will be the winner here with her awesome hunting and fishing style to it. That they tell me that it represents everything that's all about us in Southern Country Co. So a big congratulations to the number 5, a Chantel Pottle. And really a top 4 finish to begin with. That's crazy enough, but not surprising from her end. So she definitely did not come in walking away empty-handed. She gets some good points and some good positions McRae, it's that time again, though, my friend. Let's chat it down with the top three. For third place finisher tonight, the number 42. Give it up for the Flying Dutchman, Thad Failer, and then from Napa, Idaho. And Thad, congratulations, sir. You had quite a bit of a trip down here from Idaho just to get to Iowa, but boy, did you bring it when you got down here.
Yeah, thanks. I tried. I tried really hard. We had a pit stall miscue there. It set me back in the back of the field and had to fight my way back up, and had a really good side-by-side race there for a long time with Jeffrey. I think he finished second, and we battled it towards the end there. So, yeah, it was a good evening. Didn't have anything for Robert, which seems to be the case these days, so.
For sure there. Now, I'll ask this real quick, too. It seemed like when you were getting in the later half of that run, it looked like you were building up so much more speed, more momentum, and I think you were maybe planning for a caution to kind of come out and help you out a little bit to get Con and Oaksy back in your favor, but when it didn't come out, at that point, did you decide to send it off to kill mode there and just hope for the best?
Yeah, we were talking after the race just there a little bit, and I got sucked into chasing Con there and just tried to do everything I could to catch him, and that just roasted the tires down. And I think Jeffrey played a little bit more tire strategy there. So, yeah, it was seeing red there for a little bit. He was so close there for a moment. I thought possibly we could make it a race again.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, still Thad, as we sign off here at Iowa Speedway with the top three here, I'm going to ask you this. Who do you want to thank here for bringing this one in?
Well, I'm going to thank all our sponsors. I'm going to thank the league for having the races. Thank you for broadcasting. And again, thank my wife for the support. And I have to do a shout out to my manager, which is my daughter, Lauren. So I have to get that one in there. So.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless here, we appreciate you coming on board here tonight, Thad. Congratulations on a third place finish here in the Century Cuchico 100.
Thanks. Have a good evening.
You too. The Flying Dutchman, everyone. Thad Failer in the number 42. Let's turn it down now. Let's bring him in. The number 20, Jeffrey Oaks here, is going to take this one from Jackson Center, PA, over from Iowa tonight. Congratulations here, Jeff. What a race it was for you and your team here. A second place finish, really, because Con just kind of outgot you there. But, I mean, at the same time, you was definitely hustling and bustling some of these guys here. You had a lot to work with just to even try to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, track position was king tonight. Con saw that all night, so like hats off to him on a good strategy and being able to get up front and stay up front for the most part. The track was quick, but it took a while for the tires to come in. And then obviously if you burn them up too quick, you'd have nothing on the back end of it. So my car is really good on the long run.
For sure there. Well, I'm going to ask this real quick. The tires seemed like they were kind of getting a bit cooked up there when you guys got about 10 or 15 laps in. How bad would you say when you got about to the 10-15 to go that you just wanted to burn it in and really ram it down a little bit more?
Actually, that's when my car started to come alive, was the last, like I said, I focused more, I babied it the first 10 laps and then had more at the long run. That's how I was able to run Thad back down and get past him. So it was all in how hard you pushed it them first few laps. If you ran it hard, you weren't going to have anything at the end. And so I saw a lot of guys pushing real hard early, and I think in the long run they kind of faded off on their time. So
for sure there. Well, nevertheless, it may have faded off, but it wasn't quite enough here. But you are still coming away second, and a huge points get for you and your crew. Who do you want to thank her for that, sir?
It was a good points run tonight and good clean racing by everybody. I appreciate it. I appreciate my beautiful wife for letting me doing this. Appreciate the league and all our sponsors for putting this on. Appreciate you up there in the booth.
For sure there.
I think next week's an off week, and then we go road course racing. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yes, indeed. I believe we are getting one step closer to it. But for now, Oaksy, congratulations here. We'll catch you on next time, my friend.
All right, thanks. Have a good one, buddy.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, your finisher here tonight in the number 20, Jeffrey Oaks, as we now go ahead and chat with His Majesty himself, who I don't know why you put my name and face in the car when you're the one driving it, but ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this one, Robert Kahn, your Southern Country Code 100 here at Iowa Speedway, and nevertheless, Kahn, congratulations as the winner here. You had to literally do a really, most would say, bold, risky strategy with the pit road end, and it all worked out perfectly to get this one.
Yeah, tire wear is pretty significant in that race, and Thad had pitted a little bit early, and I was worried about the time he would make up with old tires, so I pitted the lap following. But it was a good race, a lot of tire wear, so um, it was a good one.
It really was a good one. It was quite a show and quite a showcase there. And at the end of the day, and you were definitely looking for all the help you can get, all the kind of momentum you could find. I mean, where did you find most of it though coming to the line? Because it seemed like everything was starting to click on all cylinders after the tires kind of wore out on everyone else.
Yeah, that track, if you can, it's all about the exit there, and if you overdrive entry, you'll burn your right front up. So my style, what I was doing with that was just going really easy in and then focusing on the launch off the corner. And after about 15 to 20 laps, it would help out, and I would separate from the second or third place. But that was key to it, was just extremely easy in, and then just almost like a road course, really hard off, easy in.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, here as you kind of ride your way easy in, easy out to victory lane here, Con, I got to ask you, my friend, who do you want to thank here tonight for this one?
Well, our main sponsor of the race, Southern Country Co., they're on board with us, and I appreciate them here. Gearhead Coffee, GTR Racing Simulators, Lightning Wraps, you for riding with me tonight. Thought that was a great looking paint scheme. But everyone who's involved, and I appreciate everybody.
Hey, speaking of paint scheme, did it give you 10 extra horsepower with his face being on the front of the car?
Oh my
Man,
God.
I was thinking like 25 to 30, man. That thing was a rocket ship at the end.
Man, you look good all night, but you was my pick once again. I mean, I had Chantel Throttle Pottle on my pick too, but you was still my number one pick.
I appreciate it. She was fast when we were racing there. I thought she was going to start pulling from me, to be honest with you. That reminded me of some of the older racers we had at Iowa. It seems like it always came down to me and her race. So that was a throwback.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you two can officially leave the booth now. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning on in tonight. Thank you again to our sponsors over at GTR Racing Simulator, DeeDub Button Boxes, The Butt Kicker Company, Gearhead Coffee, Ooze Motorsports, as well as Ford Entertainment Group, PC.net, Mance Maintenance, Barrytown Cleaners, Lightning Wraps, Jon Garrett Twitch channel, Southern Country Co., and of course Grid Finder. For everything from all of us here at PTM Racing TV to all you fans out there, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for everything, and despite the fact I'm going to need a couple more Busch Lights and a lot of Iowa chops to get over this one, it's been an honor and a pleasure to call this one with you guys. Thank you so much from all of us here. I'm Christian the Shriver signing off with my good friend Cody McRae. I will see you guys next time when the green flag flies on PTM Racing TV.